저기요. 혹시 차 있어요?
차? 무슨 차?
차. 빠방.
The K-drama industry is tough, but surviving Korea's netizens, that's a whole different battlefield. One scandal, one rumor, and an actor's career can vanish overnight. Many never recover, but some defy the odds. They take the hits, rise from the ashes, and stage comebacks no one saw coming. And in 2025, we're witnessing one of the most exciting redemption arcs in K-drama history, with several once-canceled stars making their way back into the spotlight. One of them, the legendary Joo Ji-hoon. While he's been steadily making waves with hits like Kingdom, along with The Gods and Jiri-san, 2025 is shaping up to be his second golden era. Why? Because this man is everywhere. From Blood Free to Love Your Enemy, Light Shop, and The Trauma Code, Heroes on Call, he's been leading back-to-back projects on Netflix and Disney+, all while making appearances on variety shows. It's the kind of momentum most actors dream of. But here's the real question. What if I told you he almost never got this chance? Long before his resurgence, Joo Ji-hoon was already a K-drama icon. He shot to fame in his 2006 hit series, Princess Hours, one of the most iconic romantic comedies of all time. And back then, there were no global streaming platforms, yet his drama still became an international sensation. It was the kind of success that set him up for superstardom. But then, everything fell apart. In 2009, Joo Ji-hoon found himself in the middle of a drug scandal that rocked the industry. Hard to imagine, right? The swoon-worthy male lead who had everyone falling for his smirk in Princess Hours, suddenly making headlines for all the wrong reasons. He was arrested alongside 15 others for drug use and possession, and just like that, his skyrocketing career hit a brick wall. But here's where it gets even wilder. His drug test actually came back negative. He could have fought it, played the victim, or let his agency clean up the mess. Instead, he did something unexpected. He owned up to it. He admitted to using drugs, expressed deep regret, and said he felt ashamed and deserved to face the consequences. And consequences he faced. Blacklisted, dropped from projects, endorsements gone. His once promising career seemed over. 2 years later, he made a quiet but determined comeback in the Korean entertainment industry. His first big move, the film Antique, which earned him a prestigious Baeksang Arts Award. From there, he kept pushing forward, until he found himself making headlines for an entirely different reason. Brown-eyed girl's Gain, the bold and sensual K-pop idol who also happened to be his girlfriend. In an industry where idols dating was, and still is, a hot topic, their highly publicized relationship stirred up controversy. With Korea's conservative netizens keeping a close eye, many found their romance scandalous. But Joo Ji-hoon and Gain didn't hide. They embraced the attention and lived their love story in the public eye. Then came 2017. Their breakup made headlines, but the real shocker came later when Gain was caught up in a drug controversy. In the midst of it all, she publicly mentioned Joo Ji-hoon, bringing up his past drug scandal and revealing that one of his friends had once tried to convince her to use drugs. Just like that, his name was back in the headlines. But this time, Joo Ji-hoon stayed silent. Instead of getting caught up in the noise, he chose to keep his personal life private, avoiding public relationships and never openly considering marriage, even now, in his 40s. At this point, it seemed like there was no way back. The public had already made up their minds about him, and in an industry where second chances are rare, his career looked doomed. But instead of disappearing, Joo Ji-hoon did the opposite. He put in the work. He took on roles that pushed his limits, delivered performances that reminded everyone why he was a rising star in the first place, and little by little, he climbed his way back up. Fast forward to 2024, and it's clear his efforts have paid off. With back-to-back hits on major streaming platforms, he's proving that he belongs in the industry. And the offers keep rolling in. Despite his packed schedule, he's still being courted for high-profile roles, including a potential casting in Remarried Empress, where he could star alongside A-listers like Shin Min-ah and Lee Jong-suk if they also accept the roles. In a world where Korean netizens rarely forgive or forget, Joo Ji-hoon's resurgence is nothing short of remarkable. The critics may still linger, but at this point, more people are rooting for him than against him. Because he didn't just survive the backlash, he owned his mistakes, put in the work, and now he's stepping into his second golden era. Another actor who was on the brink of superstardom before facing a sudden downfall was Kim Sun-ho. His downfall was so brutal, it seemed like the end of his hard-earned career. But then, in a twist straight out of a K-drama, he found a way back. So, how did he do it? Born in 1986, this 37-year-old had one of the most hard-earned success stories in the industry. After grinding in theater for years, he finally broke through as the unforgettable second lead in Startup, stealing hearts and making audiences root for him despite not getting the girl. Then came Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha, where he fully stepped into the spotlight as a leading man. With his signature dimpled smile, natural warmth, and effortless chemistry with co-stars, he had the entire nation swooning. Then came October 2021, just weeks before the highly anticipated finale of his hit K-drama. Out of nowhere, a shocking post from his ex-girlfriend surfaced online, accusing him of mistreatment, coercion, and pressuring her into an abortion. She claimed he reacted with anger when faced with medical expenses and painted him as a cold, manipulative partner. The lengthy post didn't stop there. It also took aim at Kim Seon-ho's real-life personality, alleging that he was cold and cruel and had a habit of bad-mouthing colleagues. And just like that, the fallout was immediate. As her post went viral, public backlash was swift. Brands severed ties, variety shows edited him out, and upcoming K-drama projects were cancelled. In South Korea's entertainment industry, where public opinion can make or break a career, it seemed like Seon-ho's rise had turned into a devastating fall. But then, the unexpected happened. Dispatch, Korea's most infamous celebrity tabloid, did what no one saw coming. They defended him. Instead of exposing more dirt, they dropped an investigation that flipped the entire narrative. Private messages and reports revealed that Seon-ho had taken responsibility, supported his ex, and even put his career on hold to care for her. The allegations that once seemed damning were now being questioned. The public, once ready to cancel him, saw a different side of the story. And suddenly, the tides turned. The allegations that once seemed damning were now being questioned. The public, once ready to cancel him, saw a different side of the story. And suddenly, the tides turned. What followed wasn't just a return, it was a full-blown redemption arc. After a brief hiatus, Seon-ho made his grand comeback with The Child, where he completely shattered his boy-next-door image, delivering a chilling, psychotic performance that left audiences stunned. The role reminded audiences of his sheer versatility and proved he wasn't just a rom-com heartthrob. Now, in 2025, he will make a grand comeback with an upcoming romance drama, Can This Love Be Translated?, which will bring him back to the genre that made him a household name. The most remarkable part? His past no longer overshadows his talent. And instead of asking if he deserves a second chance, people are now saying one thing: he never should have been doubted in the first place. As for the last actor in our list, she already made her grand comeback back in 2022. But 2025 is shaping up to be the year she reclaims her throne in the K-drama industry, at the very top. Song Hye-kyo is an actress who seems to have it all: timeless beauty, an excellent filmography, and an aura of elegance that has defined an entire generation of Korean dramas. From Autumn in My Heart to Descendants of the Sun, her works aren't just successful, they're cultural landmarks that helped shape the industry itself. But even a star of her caliber isn't untouchable when it comes to cancel culture. In 2019, she learned that firsthand. Her high-profile marriage to Song Joong-ki came to a shocking and very public end, setting off a media storm. And despite zero evidence of any wrongdoing on her part, the court of public opinion didn't wait for facts. It had already cast her as the villain. The double standards were glaring. While Joong-ki walked away with his public image intact, Hye-kyo was branded as the cold, career-obsessed woman who ruined a fairy tale marriage. Netizens combed through her dating history, dredging up every past relationship, and suddenly, her entire career was being overshadowed by gossip. Then came the hate train. She was mercilessly canceled. Hate comments flooded her social media, brands hesitated to associate with her, and some even called for her to retire. She even went as far as filing lawsuit against the malicious comments that are spreading false rumors about her divorce. Even her acting was suddenly under a microscope, with people claiming she was overrated, despite decades of critically acclaimed performances. For a moment, it seemed like her career had hit a dead end. Then came the glory. She took on a role unlike anything she'd done before, the icy, revenge-driven Moon Dong-yoon, a woman who spent years meticulously plotting the downfall of her bullies. The drama didn't just top global Netflix charts, it cemented her status as a powerhouse, earning her a Baeksang song and forcing even her harshest critics to admit she never lost her edge. Now, in 2025, she's pushing boundaries again with Dark Nuns, a horror thriller where she plays a nun battling to save a boy possessed by an evil spirit. The film didn't just live up to expectations, it shattered them, crossing 1.6 million moviegoers by January 9th and breaking even in record time. And she's not stopping there. Next up, she's joining Gong Yoo and other A-listers in Show Business, a Netflix drama set in the 1960s and 1980s, exploring the gritty reality of the entertainment industry and the relentless pursuit of success. But the real win? She didn't just survive the cutthroat K-drama industry, one that's especially brutal toward women. She dominated it, proving that talent, resilience, and pure determination always rise to the top. Now that we've covered the most epic comebacks of 2025, let's dive into a surprising twist: K-dramas that flopped in Korea but became massive hits worldwide. Click here to find out which ones defied the odds. 감사합니다!